Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. To those who are new, hello and welcome. My name is Milan and I am the owner, founder, and Reiki Grandmaster practitioner at Fly and Flourishing. We are a haven for all things that help us be the flyest version of ourselves and flourish. We offer energy healing services that just recenter us, rebalance us, and bring us back to a state of peace, calm, and clarity. And we do that through energy services like Reiki and also sound therapy through singing bowls. So let's get into today's video. Today's video, we are talking about stagnant energy. What is it? How do we know when we're dealing with stagnant energy? And I'm going to share some helpful tips for how to clear out or re-energize stagnant energy. So, when it comes to stagnant energy within our energetic field, within our lives, within our bodies, anything that is stagnant means that it is just that. It's not moving, it's dull, there's not a lot of life in it. So, stagnant doesn't necessarily mean dead energy, it just means it's not doing much. It's lost its mojo. It's not moving around. It's just kind of hanging out. It's bored energy. There's a boredom to it. So, how do we find ourselves dealing with or experiencing stagnant energy in our life? Easy. Easy. Just being human. It's just a part of the human experience because we are always evolving and growing and experiencing new things by the minute, by the hour, by the day. Our energy levels are always shifting and changing. That's very normal and nothing to be alarmed about. It's part of the experience, and I think if we were always even keel all the time, we would find that life actually wouldn't be that interesting. So there are peaks and valleys sometimes, but it's all to teach us different things and aid in our expansion. So when we are feeling stagnant energy, it can feel different ways. So I'm going to share some ways, but I want you to understand that these are not the only things that you may feel if you are experiencing some stagnant energy. Or let's say you go for a Reiki session and the practitioner says they notice stagnant energy in your different chakra centers. So one way that we feel stagnant energy is we feel just that, stagnant. We feel lethargic. Maybe we feel uninspired, unenthused. Stagnant energy can also feel like hopelessness, helplessness, giving up, just saying, you know what, that's it. I give up. I'm not even going to try anymore. That can also be stagnant energy. Anytime that we kind of just stop trying, stop moving as much in our thoughts, in our words, what we're saying, when we're not as upbeat, that's stagnant energy. And also the way stagnant can be is sometimes we're holding on to things, people, or emotions that are no longer serving us. That is stagnant energy as well. So, for a lot of us, when we are dealing with stagnant energy, it's old thoughts and beliefs that we have that no longer serve us. So, they're just kind of hanging out. They're not really contributing much to us and our lives anymore, but they're still hanging out. And what that does is it's still taking up space that could be used for allowing in new and fresh ideas and experiences that are going to help us continue to grow and expand. So a lot of times when we're experiencing stagnant energy, it is things like that. So those are some ways that we might feel stagnant energy, and sometimes we're not aware of it, but most times we know ourselves better than anybody else knows us. So a lot of times when it is mentioned that there is some stagnant energy around us or inside of us, we know what it is because you usually feel that for a while. It's not something that comes out of the blue. It's usually something that kind of builds up over time. Okay, so we've identified what stagnant energy is, how we might feel when it's present in us. We know now that it's a part of the human experience. It helps us continue to grow and expand. So ways that we can release stagnant energy. So obviously, uh, one of the ways that we can reduce stagnant energy is through energy healing, through things like Reiki. Um, yes, that is one way that we help clear out the chakras, clear out the energy that is no longer serving us, clear out that energy that's not really doing anything, it's not contributing to us. It's not necessarily taking away from us, but it's not really doing anything for us either. Clearing that out, recycling it back into active, passionate, peaceful, calm energy, positive energy that can continue to help us along our journey and just further our expansion and our growth, be it professionally, spiritually, personally, any areas in our life, okay? So Reiki is one way, but there are lots of other ways that we can do that that don't involve a Reiki practitioner, because I believe that we all have energy healing properties inside of us, because energy, we're all made up of energy, and so energy healing, energy correction is available to all of us, right? So one way that we can release stagnant energy is through meditation. I know we hear this a lot, meditation, meditation, blah, 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 but it does help, because meditation helps us get still and to hear our inner voice. And our inner voice can sound like our intuition talking, honestly. And our intuition is just our connection to the higher source, the higher being, however you refer to that being is completely up to you and your personal beliefs and your relationship with this higher being. So meditation is a great way to quiet the mind. We all know, for most of us, we get most of our brilliant ideas where? In the shower. That is a form of meditation. Why? Because usually when we're taking a shower, we're very present, we're very in the moment, because showers feel good. It's hot water getting on us, we're clean, we feel good, and we just allow ourselves to quiet our mind some for information to be downloaded into us. So that's what you hear a lot of creatives, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people in general that just say all their best ideas come from the shower, or they feel most relaxed after a shower. Okay, so meditation, take a nice shower. Another way to release stagnant energy is to take a bath. You can take a bath and put Epsom salts and a little bit of bentonite clay in there. And what that does is they're attracted to negative energy and just drawing toxins, drawing things that are not serving us out of our bodies. So again, everyone is different. So maybe you like baths instead of showers. Take a bath once a month, you know? They don't even have to be long baths. I personally am not a big bath person. I do appreciate and enjoy the benefits of baths, but I usually don't stay in them longer than 15 minutes. That's just me. But so take a bath every now and again if that's your thing. Another way that we can release stagnant energy is to clap. I know it sounds very rudimentary maybe, but clapping, think about when you're clapping, you're like shaking things up, right? You're making noise, clapping. You ever notice how sometimes, especially if you grew up in the church and you listen to music and you clap, you just feel good. And then it's funny like how sometimes after you've clapped for a while and you stop, you're like, I feel very still. I feel very calm right now. So clapping is a good way. I know it sounds very simple, but it actually is. And again, these are all things that you can try on your own at different times. Different things resonate with different people. So have fun trying all of them. So you can clap using your hands. You can clap using sticks. If you have 2 wooden spoons, clap those together. You know, you can clap them all around yourself. You can clap them, you know, all throughout your room, because we get stagnant energy in our spaces, in our homes. You can clap there. You can do that, right? So that's one way of releasing stagnant energy, or just recycling it, getting it charged up and re-excited again. Another way that many people are familiar with is through smudging. So smudging, you can use different different plants, different herbs to do so. The most popular one is to use white sage. So you can get dried white sage bundles, usually from any spiritual shops. A lot of now natural food type of shops also have them as well. You can purchase those and you burn them and you just let the smoke, so you can smudge yourself. So you can have the smoke go all around you. Again, you can smudge your area, your space. And with smudging, as we know, most people that are familiar with smudging, especially if you're going to smudge a space, a room, or your own home, you always want to get in the corners, because it is said that a lot of negative stagnant energy likes to hide in the corners. I guess because most people, it's easy to hide in a corner because you're kind of tucked away. You're not out on Front Street. So same thing with energy. So yes, smudging is another good way to do so. As always, just be careful with that, because with smudging, when the ashes and stuff are burning, sometimes they can fall down. So if you have bare skin or uncovered skin, they can follow you and it might hurt a little bit. Nothing usually very bad happens, but just look out for that. Also look out for that if you're smudging anything around that has any type of fabric, because sometimes those ashes can burn holes in it, and I have experienced that before. I was smudging my bed once. I didn't take heed. I wasn't paying attention and had some little holes in my comforter because of that. So be mindful of that. Some other things that you can burn for smudging are Palo Santo, and you can also burn dried rosemary. There are other herbs that you can you can smudge with as well, but those are some good examples. So do some more research on some other herbs that you can smudge with. There are tons. There's tons on Etsy, sellers and things that create all different beautiful kinds of smudging bundles. So look into that. So we can smudge to reset your energy and release stagnant energy. Another way, and this is a favorite way of mine, that I like to release stagnant energy, shake it up inside of me, and just feel reinvigorated, is to dance. I love, love, love dancing. So for me, it's just something spiritual and also very fun about moving my body to, again, music, rhythms, which all of that is energy, and just how it excites me and gets me to move around. It's kind of the same thing after I've done like a rigorous activity like dancing. When it's over, when that session is done and I've had a chance to stop, I do realize, and I think most of us do, you may be out of breath, right? But you are very present, you're very still, and a lot of times you're like, oh, that was good. I feel good. I feel, a little bit refreshed. So you may be tired after all that, but underneath that tiredness, a lot of times you do feel refreshed and renewed. I could really, really keep going. A lot of people releasing stagnant energy involves spending time in nature, whatever that is for you. So some people like to be outdoors during the cold weather. They'll go skiing or they'll go hiking. Some people like the beach, they hang out at the beach, they get in the ocean water, or, they get their feet in, and the symbolism of the tide coming in and then going out. The tide coming in is, taking that stagnant energy, gathering it, and when it recedes, it's pulling it away from you to refresh you and renew you. So there are tons more ways. These were just some simple examples. If you need more examples, you can let me know. You can shoot me an email. I'm also working on a blog post that will detail some more ways. So those are some ways, and I hope that this was helpful for you guys. And just know that releasing stagnant energy is something that any of us can do in the comfort of our own home. We don't have to spend money if we don't want to. If we want to, those types of services are there as well. They are all a means to an end. They all serve our greater good, our highest good. So don't be afraid if you are told or you feel like your energy is stagnant. It's a part of the human experience. We all feel it. And in fact, when we do feel that way, it is information for us to know that there's more for us to learn. There's more ways for us to continue expanding and growing. And we just have to make room for that and release that energy, because that stagnant energy at one point was active energy. So it's all about recycling, right? Because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred, transmuted. So it's all about just shifting energy to support us and support our desires, our needs, and our wellness and our well-being. So don't be afraid of that, but just know that there are ways that we can recycle our energy, and just research different ways to do so for yourself. But if you are ever interested in, trying a Reiki session, I say go for it. It's an amazing experience and it feels really good. And sometimes it feels good for us to allow somebody else to care for us. That's a big, 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 big part of releasing stagnant energy sometimes, is allowing ourselves to be cared for, because it's a reminder that we're never alone and that we are always cared for divinely and we're always divinely supported. So I have rambled enough, guys. I hope that this video was helpful. Be blessed and stay fly and flourishing, okay? See you in the next video. Bye.